Alright, just wanted to do another video, except this one more on a serious side, about identity theft. I wanted to get some information out there about an individual who got my identity, and thanks to LifeLock, very good company, I highly recommend them. You get their premium membership. It's like $300 a year. Monitors everything. You name it, it monitors it. They're really good over there. They're really quick about getting a hold of you. It's a good service to have. But anyway, back in 2007, an individual identified then but wasn't able to catch, David Mark Taylor. Black male, resides in Georgia. Had left me with some serious bills I had to either pay or dispute and get rid of. And after a while that subsided and went away. I filed a police report with the Lincoln Park, Michigan Police Department, and they worked with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Department in Georgia. They tracked the guy down but wasn't able to apprehend him, and he ran. And I've been after him ever since. And everybody knows that identity theft is really hard to catch the offender, but luckily persistence, 10 years. Basically, the only way to say it, dumbass tried doing it again, and except this time he got caught. And this time I filed reports and complaints with the actual DeKalb County Sheriff's Department North Precinct. And the detective there, Mr. Roderick, outstanding detective, very thorough, quick response, finding this guy again. And again, I don't like to say criminals are stupid, but in this case, well, when you steal somebody's identity and use an address, that's pretty friggin' stupid. So yeah, David Mark Taylor is a criminal. He's someone to watch out for. He is not a friendly individual. He's a liar. He lied to the police department, saying, "Oh well, I made up the number." Well, how'd you make up the number when you used it 10 years ago and you're using it again now? See, that's being malicious, and that's what myself and the Georgia District Attorney's Office is trying to go after you. You've already got 2 counts of financial identity fraud you've been arrested for and you're charged with, and you're currently under investigation for. So I'd like everybody out there, get a look at this guy. This is his arrest record. There's inmate picture. That's David Mark Taylor right there. His booking date was 4/4/2017. He's 5'7", black male. Date of birth, 8 of 1964, 145 pounds. And then some judge, I mean, I'm sure that their dockets are busy, and that some lower court appointed judge or whatever let this guy go on $4,000 bond. I mean, hell, he's left me a single bill that I've had to deal with for $4,000, and he just, well, yeah, let him go. He can be found at http 63.170.23.13 /8081/inmate lookup, DeKalb County Sheriff's Department. You can find his arrest record there. It's David Mark Taylor. It's a public document. It's free for everybody to look up. His current case number is 17 W as in William 002952. And I am pursuing every physical, personal, professional avenue I can to crucify this individual. It just makes me mad as hell because here I am, I'm a disabled American veteran. I served in 3 branches of the armed service. I'm a Gulf War veteran. Currently, my wife are trying to raise my grandson, which makes it kind of difficult when you got people like this doing all sorts of bullshit to your credit score that I have to deal with. And I'm generally a law-abiding, citizen. I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in our constitutional rights. I fought for those rights. And just for some background on this guy, where he's used my information is 1610 Woodcrest Walk, Lithonia, Georgia 300583. 4581 Mercer Road, Stone Mountain, Georgia 30083. Most recently, 3705 Tree Hills Parkway, Stone Mountain, Georgia 30088. And he's also had dealings with, see, this is where it gets a lot of, well, it gets really interesting because he's also opening the doors for me to sue a whole bunch of people, just like Shundell Rogers at eXp Realty in Georgia, their office number 404-969-4670. She worked with this guy, got him a place to stay using my social security number without proof of a social security card. So how do you do that? How do you conduct business using a social security number without proof of that number? Last time I checked, there's only one document that's a legal proof ID of that number, and that's your social security card issued from the Social Security Administration. So what does this guy do to persuade these people not to properly do their job? And I'm currently looking at avenues to see what I can do with this Shundell Rogers, this lady at eXp Realty. Says you have a lot of rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act that, if you're denied credit from an agency or company because of identity fraud, and they didn't properly do the background checks or do the verification with the proper pieces of identification, that company, person, or individual, however you want to put it, is now legally responsible financially for that amount you are denied. But yeah, I mean, if you see David Mark Taylor coming your way, run, because he's no good. He's lower than snake shit as far as I'm concerned. And he is out on bond. If you do want to come see me, Mr. Mark Taylor, please do. I would welcome the opportunity. You have no idea who you screwed with. But like I said, I'm a law-abiding citizen, but if it comes to my door, believe me, I'll take care of it. I don't like this individual. I've never hated somebody before in my life. I mean, this individual is just bad. He's a poor excuse for a human. Like I said, he's lower than snake shit. He's a lying, conniving, oh, poor me, I can't get a job because I'm useless, and oh, everybody owes me something, and this is what I gotta do so I don't get beat down. You know what? I don't want to hear the bullshit. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if you're white, black, purple, pink, or fucking plaid. Okay? Get off your ass. Go find a fucking job. Take care of your own. Handle your own. When you go and do something like this to individuals, it's wrong. And then people say, well, you know what? you're wrong for saying this or you're wrong for saying that. No, I'm not wrong. Okay? Because I've worked every day of my life since I was 16. I've served my country in 3 branches of the armed service. I am now an honorably discharged, retired, disabled veteran. I earned what I got. And I've fought for the right for other people to go out here in this country and do what they got to do to make sure that they have a good life. But when you have people like David Mark Taylor, there's this picture. Get a good look. Ooh, get a good look. I want everybody to know who this individual is because it's hard catching these guys that do this identity theft thing. It's very hard. And I'm going to tag this video with his name, all of his addresses, the realty company, everything. I want everybody to know about this guy. And I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure he gets the Georgia state maximum penalty. Last time I checked, I think it was 10 years per offense. But, you know, I may be wrong. I could have been changed by now. But, like I said, I'm just researching that right now. But, like I said, and one other thing, Mr. Mark Taylor, David Mark Taylor, you know, it's unfortunate that all of us U.S. veterans have all this problem with the VA and our stuff getting lost and put out in the public and on the dark web and all this other shit all the time. It's unfortunate that happens to us. It does happen, but it's unfortunate. And then assholes like you get that information and do this to us. You do this to the Brotherhood of Veterans and disabled American veterans of this country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And one other thing is, unfortunately this time, you're 5 hours away from me. It's not like I can't reach out and touch you. I know where you've lived. I know your aliases. I know your acquaintances. I know everything there is about you, just about. But I am going to let the professionals in law enforcement and the professionals in the legal department and the outstanding individuals in the Georgia State District Attorney's Office pursue you to the end of the earth to make sure you pay for this crime. What you've done is wrong. And I applaud the people of the Georgia State District Attorney's Office, Detective Roderick, Stacy, who's been a great help over at LifeLock. And LifeLock, yet again, I cannot stress enough that if you don't have LifeLock, you need to get it. It's a small price to pay, $380 some odd. But like I said, out of just one bill that this guy left me, is a little over $4 grand. And LifeLock is taking care of that for me. They're handling Rent Recovery, LLC. Because those idiots didn't verify the correct documentation either. So, yeah, get LifeLock. You won't be disappointed. You know, I can go on and on and on about this individual, but you know what he looks like, you know his name, you know where to find your own actual copy of this now, with the web address I gave you, the HTTP address. So please, yeah, look it up. It's public information. Make sure it gets out there. Watch out for this guy. You know, as far as I'm concerned, this is one of them individuals that steal your shorts while you're wearing them. I mean, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch this guy. I just hope he pays the price for what he's done. but keep an eye out for it. Watch your accounts. You know, like I said, you know, you never know till something pops up on your credit report, and then it may be too late. So get some credit protection. Get a monitoring service, a monitoring company. I've had a couple in the past, and you know what? The best one that I have found, the third one I've used, is LifeLock, and they've been outstanding. They contact me on a regular basis. How's things going? Is there any new information? Have you received anything? Forward it to us. You know, and 99% of the time, everything is done electronically with LifeLock, so you can. It doesn't really interrupt your day or a big hassle to, you know, get documents together and all this other stuff and mail them and all this. You just sit in front of a computer, you know, send, and they'll get that information, they'll get on it, and they'll take care of it. Yeah, David Mark Taylor. He is a offender of fraud, financial identity. He's got 2 charges pending right now. Like I said, let's see if I can get that up there. I don't know if you've seen that before, but here's one charge and there's the other charge. There's 2 charges there. And you can see he hasn't been convicted yet. But in my mind, yeah, he's convicted. Yeah. I'm gonna iron that motherfucker out, I swear to God. I'm gonna push him to every extent that I can. I will hunt him to the end of the earth to make sure he does the time for the crime that he's committed on me. I will not rest. So if you're watching this, Mr. Mark Taylor, I know who you are. I know where you are. I know just about everything there is about you. So does everybody else at this point, including law enforcement, including your district attorney's office. And of course, you won't own up to it because you're not a man, you're not an individual. You're just Lord and snake shit trying to get by on everybody else's dime. Because you're a useless piece of shit individual. You don't even have the balls to accept responsibility. So with that, I'm done venting. But I just wanted to get that information out there on Mr. David Mark Taylor. I can't stress it enough. He's a criminal. He's admitted to using the number. So to me, in my mind, yeah, you're a criminal. Like I said, I hope that they use every avenue possible to get a hold of this guy and make him do some time, get him off the street. Because if he's done this to me, who knows who else he's done it to? Because he's had to have done it to somebody over the past 10 years. Because he stopped doing it to me when I first tracked him down. Because he knew he was found, just wasn't caught. Now he's been caught. So during that 8 or 9 year span, I'm sure he's done this to other people. Because criminals are dependent on their own malicious activity, on how do they beat the system. Well, the system caught you this time. And I caught you. And I will pursue this and press charges to the maximum extent. Yeah, everybody watch out for David Mark Taylor. Like I said, I'll be posting this with all of his known addresses and his name and everything else, just so that if anybody is curious and they pop his name into the little Yahoo search bar, guess what'll come up? This video. And people can see his picture, listen to what's happened to me because of him. But I'm about over this ordeal because right now they're just investigating it with the district attorney's office, and there'll be a couple times we probably go to court, and then before sentencing and all that other stuff and how that all works. But unless he runs, but if he runs, that wouldn't be advisable either, because then no matter where he goes, he's going to have an FTA for failure to appear because he was released on bond. which I don't think you should be released on bond for identity theft. That just blows my mind away. You can do identity theft, be charged with it, spend 2 days in jail, and that's not the detective's fault. And a judge sets bond that, oh, well, here's your 10% bond payout of $4,000. You can go about your freaking criminal activity again. You know what? It just blows my mind, but there should be no bond allowed. But yeah, I'll put this out there so everybody gets to know who he is. Oh, and I'll tag Miss Shundell Rogers in the video too, because she's had some dealings with him. And I'm sure that everybody else in the real estate office, because I've already been to your website, and you have about 10 or 11 different, 15 or so different agents in there. I don't know if Miss Shundell Rogers is as crooked as he is. Like I said, she done some business with him and not verified the Social Security number or Social Security identification card, or even did a proper background check as far as I'm concerned, because you know what? That number is mine, and only mine. And there's only one document that says it's a real number, and that's a Social Security card. And you know, if you've done background checks and ran the numbers like you're supposed to, I would have come up. And somewhere in that paperwork you would see that, oh, it's a white male. How do you miss that, Miss Rogers, you freaking idiot? Yeah, and that's what happened the last time, 10 years ago, with the apartment manager rented this guy an apartment. And I basically had to get on the phone with a lawyer, district attorney's office, their apartment manager, fax my driver's license yet again to these individuals. And I told them, like, listen, you know, if we go to court and I sue you, I'm gonna win in the first 5 minutes because I'm a white male. I'm not a black male. And they identified the individual for me with all the information that I have now. So it is the same guy. Just watch out for him, because this is a known predator. This is a known criminal. He's got previous charges, but I won't go into those because it has nothing to do with me. See, there I go again. You know, I'm being fair. But if you wanted to research this guy, please do. You'll be shocked at what you find. But yeah, be aware. Get credit monitoring. Get LifeLock. You won't be disappointed. And at this point, I don't think I'll ever get rid of LifeLock. They're just an outstanding company. I mean, when they get on TV and they say that they can do what they can do, they can. You know, and if there's any risk to you of having to pay a bill that's not yours, oh, believe me, they're like on the spot with getting you all the paperwork to fill out so you don't have to pay for it. And so when they turn their legal team loose, they're pretty quick about it. So yeah, get LifeLock. You won't be disappointed. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm rambling enough, but yeah, keep an eye on your personal information, guys, girls, people. I mean, you cannot do enough to safeguard that information. Luckily, this time, this is one criminal that was caught. 90% of the time, I think it is, they don't get caught. But if you're really headstrong about finding the offender. You can find these people. You just have to want to bad enough. And you have to have the right people involved to do it. I couldn't do this myself, not without the help of Mr. Roderick, LifeLock, DeKalb County Sheriff's Department, North Precinct. I'm sure it's a great police force. They're really quick. Yeah, I got, uppity with them a couple times because, look what I'm dealing with. And they came through for me. So, like I said, those individuals and the right people helping you, you can find out who does this to you. But just get some monitoring, and that's the first step, is getting the monitoring, preventing this from happening. And if a creditor calls you saying, oh, you owe this money, you do not admit to it. Once you admit to it, they've got you. Do not admit to that. Make them prove to you. I don't care, they can threaten you all you want on the phone. What are they going to do? Reach through the phone, poke you in the eye? I doubt it. Just make them do their job. They want to get on the phone and raise hell with you about a debt that's not yours. Well, make them prove it. Make them prove it. 90% of the time they can't. This David Mark Taylor, he tried leaving me with $800 Comcast bill at, let's see, what address was it? It was at the 3705 Tree Hills Parkway, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30088. And after myself and LifeLock was working with them, they says, oh, well, yeah, I guess it's not you. And they ceased all activity. So it's all about proving who you are and making them prove that it's yours. LifeLock does help. Just don't admit to anything that's not yours. Don't agree to pay to anything that's not yours. If it's not yours, it's not yours. That's all I have for this video. I will be coming out with some more videos on some stuff I'm kind of tinkering around with. We did go riding yesterday. Got to some mud up there. We didn't get a whole lot of video. I was just having too much fun. But yeah, I'll get some more videos up of some fabrication projects and how-tos or informational stuff. Yeah, go ahead, subscribe. I don't advertise for nobody. This is just me sharing some information. So with that, that's it. Thanks for watching.